Hey everyone, my name's Jesse Lee, and I'm a teacher at West Point Intermediate School. And to begin with this project, I did this project a couple semesters ago. Um, and as I was deciding what I wanted to do, I just kept going in my head. COVID has been a big deal across our country for periods of time, and I know it's slowed down a little bit, but I know still some people go through it. Um, but as I was thinking, I was like, how does that affect remote learners at home compared to those who are back in school? And so we did this thing called Edmentum diagnostic tests that together as a cumulative school or as a person, it draws or it collects data for each kid and it shows them how much they progress throughout the year. So my proposal for this project was to see what how the effects of having a communication with those remote students would be compared to those remote students who don't have communication. So, like for example, if I offered communication to this remote student, would he or she perform better than a student who is taking remote services but does not have the necessities or the teaching that I will provide during this project? And so, to begin, the previous data for the remote learners, and in school, this is just to give an idea of how far behind, or not really how far behind, but where the remote learners are at with this situation. As you can see, in school has not necessarily major, but still a good amount of points higher than remote learners, because remote learners, they go at their own pace. They at our school, they're not offered any services to connect with a teacher to have that opportunity to explain, or have if they have doubts about a subject, about if they're struggling with math, they can't be like, hey, they have to drive to school or look it up online. So that's something that we need to work on a little bit, just to provide those services for the students. And so this is the average test scores for the Edmentum diagnostic tests. And that represents a problem because we do not want our remote learners to be behind our kids that are in school. And so this project is just giving some of my remote learners an opportunity to have that chance of me communicating with them, which should be done anyway. But this is just part of the project. And so the background, let's see. The best practices for communication. We're going to collaborate with the remote learners, and I'm going to be able to either Google Meet with them, or however way they feel like they can connect with me. I'll give them opportunities throughout the week. In this project, I gave them 3 or 4 opportunities throughout the week, or if they just want to meet once a week, they can do that, just to clarify what they're learning and to make sure they're getting the topics. And like Zern Body in 2014, Wolf in 2009. It says regardless, students are offered the opportunity to remote learn. According to past studies, remote learners have not been as effective in the present in the classroom, as effective as being present in the classroom. Educational literature has explained on various occasions that if a teacher does not provide opportunities to collaborate with students, or no communication at all, then the student's academic performance suffers. And that's Zern Body saying that. That's research. If you're not in school and you're just kind of doing whatever you want at home, you're not going to learn as much, or you're not going to be able to have that maximum opportunity to have that ability to learn. And so my action plan and timeline for this project, and I actually have I started it They start admitting them throughout the year. They do a diagnostic at the beginning, and they do a diagnostic in the middle and the end of school. I wasn't able to start at the beginning, but I did start at the middle. And I'm planning on, I know I said 2021, 2022 on this, but I also would like to continue this for next year. I don't know if we have any remote learners right now. I'm really not sure of that. But I still would like to figure out how that affects students. But the data that I have right now is just for the second semester of it, and I would like to continue this for a whole year, just to be sure that this is actually what has happened. And so the timeline for this was, like I said, total 3 diagnostic testing windows. The scores from the second diagnostic will be the baseline data, and the scores from the third one will be what will be the results. The windows will close at certain times. Diagnostic, they do that for the Edmonton. They will close at certain times. And so just to give a example of the data that I had for this second semester, in reading, everybody went up. Remote, virtual learners, and in-school learners. In math, remote learners went up 37. In school went up 56. So like across the board, reading, math, language, everybody went up, but in school still had a significant jump compared to those who have been in school or on remote. But the ones that I have communicated with or gave that opportunity to communicate with, so like math overall as a collective group went up 37. Okay, so the ones that I met with and gave an opportunity to be with, gave a chance to, went up 45 compared to those who didn't, and went up 29. So like that's a 16-point jump, but that could be the difference between a 4th grade level and a 5th grade level. And the same thing with reading. 30 and 12, 21 and 9, all in favor of those who met with me, and at least once a week. Like they might not have met every single week, but they met me and had that chance to have that communication with the teacher. And so there's no ethical issues. Of course, there was an issue. This one girl in my class, she, at the beginning of the year, they signed a form if they're able to teach or able to take pictures of the students or take videos, and she was not, or they did not, her parents did not want her to participate in any photography or videos that the school is doing. And so that was the only issue that I really had with as far as that goes. Connection to student achievement. This project right here, it just gives you an example of how important communication is with the teacher. You can't, or how important being in school is. You got to have that face-to-face or that collaboration between teachers and students. You got to have that, and so I believe that is very important to move forward. And I'm going to continue to try to do this project for next year. If we have any remote learners, I would like to see the difference that it makes to have me or another teacher provide services for them. Analysis of current action plan. We're just trying to provide service and make our students better. We're trying to give them the maximum opportunity to maximize, I said the maximum bunch, their achievement and their success in school. Next steps that I would do for this, what I would do is I would give them a certain schedule and a certain time. I didn't really plan this out as well as I thought I did. I would give them better opportunity, or I'll give them more opportunities if they email me. Like they would meet me then. This time I'll probably set a strict schedule to make sure that I can still have time for other students. Because I only had a few kids last year. I do teach special education. I'll have more students this year. I'll have 10 more students than I did last year. So I'll have a schedule for them this year. But as far as this project goes, it was a success for the first part, for the little that I had. But I still would like to continue this for next semester too, and to continue to just build on this project to make sure that it succeeds and provides students with successful habits. Thank you.